Why is it so important for brands in the future to, or now, really? I guess the future is now, right? You've been at this now for a long time. I like how you positioned it earlier, by the way. You kind of discounted the fact that we're stale, we're old. We've been in the same format that Jeff Bezos came out to sell like lousy books with a million years ago, right? But why, other than the aesthetics, like why is it important for brands to have these 3D immersive environments for their consumers?
Yeah, so today, 80% of consumers in the US identify themselves as gamers. In Gen Z, that's 90%. So, the audience is used to being in very visual, very interactive, immersive, experiences. And that's starting to become their expectation for all digital experiences. And shopping is one of them. I ultimately believe that all of our online interactions will be in much more immersive 3D, spatial, whatever term you want to use, kind of context. But that's kind of the fundamental reason is the consumer is evolving. But the second is that today's, that kind of very flat database-like interface, it's great for one type of shopping, which is when you know exactly what you want to purchase. So it's good for directed shopping. You can search, filter, get to the thing. But in terms of discovery of, learning about the brand, discovery of products, typically you're doing that in a retail store today, or you're doing it on social media platforms, right? But you're not usually going to a brand's website for discovery, and that's a huge disconnect and an opportunity because, again, this younger generation, they want to do that online, not just in a retail store. So that's why it's important for brands to kind of create these experiences and represent their brand in a way that's more visual, more interactive, that really pulls the customer into their world. Because today, like, you don't, if you never interacted with a brand in a retail store, like, what do you even know, like, what the brand stands for? It's very flat, it's very static, it's very difficult to differentiate between brands. So I think it's really for kind of the long term brand building, and reaching a younger generation.
What you're talking about is like you go into an environment. I see the product in a way that's three dimensional from the top, from the sides, from the bottom, from the inside to the exterior. The storytelling is richer. It's a lot better than what's happening with regards to web. Let's say Web 2 or the typical digital web experience if I'm interacting with a luxury brand or a contemporary designer brand. But what also is beneficial to the brands as it relates to transacting business specifically? Like, can I purchase the product in one of these immersive environments? Does the product look exactly like it would look in store?
Yes. So yeah, definitely you can purchase the products through these environments. Like, we have full e-commerce integration, so you can see all of the details of the product. You can actually add the product to your cart, and build your cart as you go through the virtual store. So yeah, it is. While you can use it purely for, let's say, a brand awareness objective, and that's what some of our customers do, but ultimately for most customers, there is a tie-in to the actual purchase right from within this experience as well. Beyond the purchase, though, there is a lot of additional storytelling that they can unlock through different mechanisms, including gamification, avatars. And then the other point I would make is that it's not just about like being able to see a product from all three dimensions and seeing it from all sides. That's definitely one part of it. But for us, it's about immersing the customer in the brand's world. So, for example, like, we worked with J. Crew, and they created a summer beach house that's like in the Hamptons, and you can go through different rooms of the house, and you can actually look at their. It was their 40th anniversary last year, so you can look at their catalog covers from 40 years and learn about the trends through the different decades. And you can play this game, and if you complete the game, you get access to the secret lighthouse. So yes, the products are, all throughout this experience, but it's about so much more than that. And it's really about immersing the customer in a full, 3D visual environment, like similar to a AAA game, but essentially, fully photorealistic, completely designed to how the brand wants. And then the brand can, change it. So that was the summer experience. And then for winter, J. Crew created a ski chalet, and it's this beautiful, like you land on in this like snowy mountain, and you go on this jeep, and there's like a men's chalet and a women's chalet, and there's like fire burning and crackling, and there's spatial audio. So it's like, yeah, it's a whole experience, and the products are a part of it. But that's really what immerses customers and makes everything more memorable.